In this video, I will tell you how you can get a free password. I will explain everything in simple, accessible terms. We will be trading a regular currency pair. To everyone rewatching the live stream, hello to everyone and to those who will be watching it later. Now I will send the link to our author and to our channel. You will be able to join the live broadcast. Initially, I recommend, and I set this goal myself, to aim for profit, that is, either $300. We make our profit and exit the market immediately. Or, what we can do is execute exactly 4 strategic trades, earn our money, and then also leave. The most important rule to remember is that we must not stay in the position for too long. I am sending the link over to you right now, and the whole group is eagerly waiting for you to join us. Let's go. I've sent the link, everyone. Join in. Everyone is waiting for the live broadcast. Just a minute. Everyone who is reviewing this post, just a minute. Just a minute. Everyone who is reviewing this post. I am very glad to be with you. Just a minute. I am very glad to be with you. Petrovich, hello? Okay, look, I've just turned on the lavalier. The sound should be good now. Hello, Petrovich. Now, and right now, right at this very moment in time, we are prepared to officially begin the entire process immediately and without any further hesitation or delay whatsoever. Hello to all dear traders. How do you hear me? Please let me know how the sound is right now. We're starting the live broadcast. Everything seems to be fine. Andre, hello. Larissa, hello, hello, hello. The microphone is acting up, but it's okay. Yes, everything's fine. I've greeted everyone. Let's get started. Here we go. Now we're looking for a currency pair together. I've already found the start. Euro Swiss franc, time frame 1 minute. The currency pair is Euro Swiss franc, time frame 1 minute. Let's wait. Open the euro currency pair on your end. Swiss franc, time frame 1 minute. Now it's good. Yes, excellent. Sergey, hello there. I hope you are doing well today. We are currently receiving a very clear screenshot directly from our automated bot. It looks like we have just received a strong signal to go up, so we are now carefully entering an upward position in the market to follow this trend. Currency pair euro Swiss franc, 3 minutes upward. Currency pair euro Swiss franc, 3 minutes for an increase. Opened for 3 minutes upward. Let's monitor it. Euro Swiss franc, 3 minutes opened for an increase. Hello, everyone. Thank you to everyone who joined with a like. Welcome to the live stream. Look, let's start by switching to the bot. Here is the currency pair. We requested it from the bot. Let's open it and see what we have here. 2 indicators. It shows that there will be an increase. The future movement of the chart is upward. And the second indicator, in percentage terms, also gives an upward signal. 2 signals for an increase, indicating that the chart will rise. We also definitely need to take into account what the trend was. Upward correction, upward correction. I expect an upward movement, an uptrend. In this case, for us, we entered with you for an increase to the higher level. Anything can happen during our trading sessions. It may be that we predicted growth, an increase, but there could be a correction. This is completely natural. If such moments occur, they will happen to any trader. I show how I exit such situations, give advice, analysis, and so on. Look, if we analyze it, minimum, minimum, third minimum, third minimum, in most cases for us, it's about the 85th tick. But there are situations when the chart breaks through the minimum. It goes to the first horizontal level and then it rises. But if we draw the trend a little differently, here it is, a short-term upward trend, then here as well, we have 1, minimum, 2, 3, and the fourth touch is a breakout. This breakout goes up to the first strong horizontal level. After that, I expect an increase. So if we take into account the long-term upward trend, the more global one, there is also an increase there. If we consider the short-term trends, there should also be an increase, meaning we use our knowledge as well. Here we use the fact that the trend is upward. We opened a trade following the trend. Trend is your friend, and we use the bot's indicators. Let's keep monitoring. 54 seconds left, $100 remains. Opened an upward trade. Hello, wishing you profits, Andre. Or, hello, thank you. Same to you, Artyom. Now I'll show the currency pair, Euro Swiss franc, the currency pair. Let's keep monitoring it. Opened a $100 trade for an increase. There's a slight sideways movement, a small prolonged correction. Here it is happening. I'm expecting an upward movement here. We had an upward movement. Correction. Next, I expect the movement to go up. Let's keep monitoring and watching. 19 seconds left. Let's hope it closes in profit for us. Please practice and test everything new on demo. Test the bot. The bot is free and we get forecasts from it. Test it on demo as well. Even during live streams, stay on demo. I wouldn't want to let anyone down. Look here, 4 seconds. I got a loss, but I'll show you in a moment. I'll check what result you got because the chart went up. So I closed with a loss. And for you, in theory, it should be a win. Let's check now. It's a bit frustrating, but it happens. That's normal. Naturally, in the last second, it can close as a loss. And in the last second, it can also close as a win. So keep that in mind. For me, it's important to see what result you got. See, you have wins. That's great. Victor, Ivan, Sergey, a win. Medvedev, only a loss. Alexander, a win. Nikolai. Denchik, a loss. Denchik, you probably set a shorter time. I recommend setting it for 3 minutes. Just like that, Alexei, a win. PN5, a win. Andrei, a win. Evgeny Artyom, a win. Oh, excellent. I'm really glad to see you all have pluses here. Thank you very much. And thanks to everyone who gave a like to the stream as a plus. Great, let's move on. 3 minutes. Well, you see, because of the delay, so the delay, 3.5 seconds, then it's a plus. If I have a loss, what do I do? How do I get out of such situations? Because you will definitely have moments like this too. The trade amount is $100. I multiply it by 2.5. Do you see the multiplication? It's already visible. Multiplication, I set it. We multiply. $250. And we change the currency pair. I look for another currency pair. When we select a currency pair, the most important criterion is over 70%. Now look, here's what I also try to avoid. If there are strong movements here, either up like this or down, be careful. It's better to skip such a currency pair. But here, there is a level, 1, 2, 3. In theory, it could go down. The main thing is what the bot says. Let's take a look. Currency pair, British pound, Australian dollar. Time frame, M1. This is how the currency pair looks. In Russian, it's GBP, AUD, British pound, Australian dollar, British pound, Australian dollar. I would open a down trade here, but let's see what the bot says, what forecast it gives. We open the bot, it says to go down, to drop down. I'm opening a down trade, guys. Currency pair, British pound, Australian dollar, 3 minutes down, British pound, Australian dollar, minutes down. Why is it for a down move? Switching to our bot, I open the bot and see that we have 2 indicators. This is very important to me. The first indicator is the future movement of the chart. It's going down, dropping lower. The second indicator is in percentage terms. We also see a downward movement like this. The third indicator, see this level here. The bot highlights the level. We have 1, 2, 3, and I'm expecting a breakout on the 4th touch of this level. So 2 indicators for a downward move, open trades here, and here is another indicator for a downward move. And that's why we're going down here as well. But we used our heads, used our knowledge. There's a level below. Let me highlight this level now. Here it is. If you see that the chart hits a level more than 3 times, there's a high probability that this level will be broken. Like this, but let's keep monitoring. There's 1 minute 55 seconds left. The trade is still open. Ask your questions if this trade closes in profit net. We'll get $222 from it, and we'll subtract the $100 that didn't work out for us, that unfortunate loss. You saw a profit, I had a loss, so our net gain will be $122. But let's keep monitoring. As they say, don't count your chickens before they hatch. Let's watch and monitor how this trade closes. Brazil, hello? Hi, why was I removed from the school trades? Or maybe your subscription just expired. You know, there's auto renewal, but sometimes the auto renewal doesn't go through. So it might just not have renewed. Send me a private message. For any questions at all, always write to me in a private message. For those who don't know, in the Binary School, we have video courses for training. And there, we trade together with you, based on forecast. The site is Binary School. Thank you very much for your feedback. Here is the Traders course. All the video courses that aren't on YouTube. Here is all my knowledge. about volumes, about levels, about imbalance. And this block, even if the forecasts are given to you by a bot, knowledge still helps a lot. So for example, on a retest or a breakout of a level, let's accompany it like this and see how this forecast closes. A good move downward has started. All right, it's dropping fast. Let's watch it. Sergey, for some reason you're always on the other side. Say hi to Brazil. Dude, Brazil, hello. Hello, Brazil, my friend Brazil. How are you? Hi, guys, Alexei. Hello, T-Gub. Andre Ajep. So in this situation, in this case, that's how it is. But I've got a plus, guys. What result do you have? I'm waiting. The answer here should be good. Everyone should have a plus. Come on, I'm waiting for your answers, waiting for your responses. We've got a really nice plus here. Now I'll record it for the team. All right, dear traders, let's take the profit. Thank you so much for sharing your results. Everyone has a plus, a profit. I'm very glad. This is the second forecast. A good clean profit on the breakout. Let me briefly explain what we did while you're writing your results. We had a level with you. There was a level. And in theory, if the chart touches the level 3 times with 3 pullbacks, then the fourth time will be a breakout. We entered down here, but that's not the most important thing. The main thing is that we switched to our bot. It is freely available at the beginning of training, but only on demo. Test it out, see for yourself, and when you realize that it truly has power and strength, then you can move on to a real account. But always test everything new on demo. We requested a currency pair, and the bot in this case gave us a J2 signal, the first signal, predicting a downward movement of the chart. So the chart is going down, and the percentage ratio is also decreasing. That's why we entered a down trade and took such a great profit we earned. So, well, everyone has profits. Let's keep going. Everyone's in the green. Just a second. Sergey, why don't you send me a private message after the live stream? We'll make a forecast together at the same time. But in principle, that shouldn't really be possible. I don't know why that's happening. Let's just take a look and figure it out. Why is that? Because if you and I make a forecast with a 10-second difference, we'll have the same forecast. That is, it's specifically designed this way so that so that bots can't break these forecasts all at once in a single day. Took the profit. Let's look for more, since everyone has a profit there. Thank you for studying. And with you, Cyrillic economics, the translator here. Okay, my friend. Okay, Russian. They called me Linky. Good love. Russia, Linky. Let's move on. Guys, we took the profit from this currency pair, the amount of the trade. I'm changing $100 again, and let's keep going. I also need to find a currency pair on which we can make another forecast. Preferably choose a currency pair, not a volatile one, so that the chart is nice and smooth. The British pound to Canadian dollar was moving smoothly there, guys. The currency pair is British pound to Canadian dollar. In Russian, that's GBP CAD time frame M1. Hello, my friend, GBP CAD for 1 minute. From Salat. We're waiting for a response. Where will it go? What is this stuff? Let me explain what this stuff is. Look, we have this thing on Telegram that gives forecasts on where the chart will go. Upwards, guys, I'm entering. British pound to Canadian dollar, GBP CAD, British pound to Canadian dollar. So we have a bot, and this is the exchange where we trade, where we can make trades. I'll explain in simple terms. Here we can make a prediction together on where the chart will go, either up or down. If our prediction is correct, we'll earn $76. And this is the exchange where you open trades either up or down. To know exactly where the chart will go, we have a special bot on Telegram. Please test it on a demo account. You need to see how it works. Practice with it. Don't rush to use a real account yet. And now we request an asset. Yeah, we've requested an asset. And once we've requested the asset, we take a look. We see what forecast the bot gives. The future movement of the chart, as you can see, shows that there will be an upward rise and then a decline. That's the first indicator. It shows that there will be growth. And the second indicator is 58% in green, which also means there will be growth. So we go for an upward trade. The main thing is that I had two indicators pointing up, two indicators for an upward movement. If one points up and the other down, then I try not to enter the trade. Here we have two indicators for an upward movement, but in addition to that, I also try to use my head. If you see that there's an upward correction, an uptrend, that is, if your chart is going up and the bot shows that there will be growth, then it's worth entering the trade. If something is off, for example, the chart is falling, but the bot shows there will be growth, it's better not to enter the trade. Also, there are video courses for training as well. There's a very good method. When you see a level, here's a level, here's a level based on these points. And when the chart touches the level once, twice, three times, usually on the fourth touch, a breakout happens. I also try to do this here to connect, to set it up like this. But your main focus should be on what the bot provides. Just see for yourself. I've always wanted to create a bot that would be useful for beginners, enthusiasts, and professionals alike, one that would give profile suggestions. Enthusiast, he already looks at the situation. If there's an uptrend, you can take profit now, earn something. If it's a downtrend, he takes that into account, considers chart patterns, maybe even volumes. Let's see, there are 40 seconds left. The currency pair is getting more volatile. Now the chart has started to jump around. We'll watch carefully why my team and I don't trade on breakouts and why we do trade. For example, if there's a movement, see, we need an entry point. There's an upward movement, then a correction. From that level, we enter upward, but ahead there's another level that will also be tested for a breakout. The breakout entry comes after a correction. Look, there are 10 seconds left, and I have such a strong correction. And what pair was it? Let me tell you, it was the British pound to Canadian dollar. Such a lovely pair. Sometimes there are easy trading sessions where we just enter and take profit, but there are also tough trading sessions, because of news or because the chart just doesn't behave. I show how to get out of such trading sessions anyway and make a profit from it. My trade amount is $100, and I always take insurance multiplied by 2.5. That is, I multiply it to $250. And now let's look for a currency pair. If you have a currency pair in mind, please let me know as well. I'll take a look at the British pound to dollar now. Just a minute. British pound to dollar. Let's take a look. So just a minute. Look, I'm going to search for a currency pair now to make a new forecast. You can also take a look and suggest a currency pair as well. British pound to dollar, clicking on start. Currency pair, British pound to dollar, time frame M1. Currency pair, British pound to dollar, time frame 1 minute. GBP USD, British pound to dollar. Waiting for the forecast. As soon as we get the forecast, we'll enter right away. So we have now opened the British pound to US dollar pair. Here we can see a strong technical signal pointing upwards, but look, the price action has already shot up significantly. It is better to not enter this move right now, guys. The percentage is low, 65%. Let's look for a new currency pair. The percentage is too low for you, not enough percent. It dropped, I just noticed now. You see, I already opened it, but you shouldn't enter because the percentage dropped and is too low. The future movement of the chart is upward, growth and the percentage. Here it's also going up. You see, there were two signals for an upward move. Don't enter. I'm looking for another currency pair for you where the percentage isn't so low, not so small. Here's a moment with USD. Let's take a look. The next currency pair is USD, timeframe M1. You see, I'm live and I'm getting a bit distracted by the chat and questions. But I recommend that when you trade, you stay focused. Pay attention to how the chart jumps up and down. This means it's better to switch to another currency pair. With this currency pair, there won't be any movement, it won't move. Here's the USD currency pair, USD 3 minutes up, guys. Currency pair, USD 3 minutes up. USD opened for 3 minutes up. With this currency pair, I would ask you not to enter. Here it is, the euro dollar currency pair. Euro dollar open for 3 minutes up. Let's see what we have here according to the bot. What does the bot show us? First of all, also pay attention to this icon. This means that news is about to come out. This news will affect this currency pair. In simple terms, it means the movement will go up, but not immediately. like this. Why should the movement go up? Why should the chart rise? First of all, we had an upward trend, upward, then a correction. Then the movement continues upward. And secondly, we have an upward signal here. Here it is, the future chart movement upward. Number two, the indicator shows 74% also for an upward move. British pound to Australian dollar, another currency pair. Did I say British pound to dollar? Look, I have a very strong downward correction happening here, and the 49 remains. This is how the news affects it. So if you see a signal from the board, for example, upward, then yes, it will go up, but only after a correction. That's why you should pay attention to this icon. At such times, I recommend that you don't trade if you see this kind of spike happening. I recommend not trading, taking a break, or immediately switching to another currency pair. Look for a pair where there aren't such strong movements. Right now, I'll also get some insurance ready right away. British pound, Australian dollar, time frame M1. If suddenly someone entered here and didn't manage to cancel, we'll see now what result we get. But I asked you not to enter here because the profit is very small, only $162. But from the bot, we had a gain there. There are 54 seconds left here. Let's monitor the euro dollar pair. Just in case, I also found another currency pair. British pound, Australian dollar, guys, the currency pair GBP AUD. Open it on your end. I'm opening an upward trade for 3 minutes. Currency pair, new forecast. British pound, Australian dollar, 3 minutes up. British pound, Australian dollar. I opened a 3-minute upward trade and a minute up. Vitya from Kyrgyzstan, hello. You see, I keep trying. I might make a slip of the tongue, but I always try to show the currency pair. British pound, Australian dollar, 3 minutes up. Euro dollar, most likely, I won't have time to go up. You see, the movement is going up, but after a correction. This kind of thing, unfortunately, happens when there is very strong news. Unfortunately, this can happen. Volatile market, but I also try to trade in a volatile market because you might not even realize when the market has become volatile. And you can already get caught up in this turbulence, this turmoil, and then you somehow have to get out of it. That's also why I try to show how I trade such complex currency pairs during the trading session, like the busy pair, the British pound and the Australian dollar, GBP AUD, the British pound and the Australian dollar. Here we have the future movement of the chart going up, an upward signal, and 75%. The green color also indicates a shift, so the movement should be in the same direction as the news, also upward. Let's follow along. I accidentally closed the broker. Can we open it again? Let's try. Does it bother you that it was in dark mode before? Now it's in light mode. Let's open it now. That's it. Done. The upward movement is happening. Let's keep following along. So here we got a signal from the bot that there will be growth. And we entered for an upward move. I hope you managed to enter in time. Euro USD, Dagon plus Nikolai, excellent. On Friday, I asked about the icon. Alexei, did I answer you or not? What does the target mean? Let me answer. Maybe someone missed it. The target means that the news we have right now will match up. That is, the bot doesn't catch everything. It can process and predict some news, but there are certain news events that it has predicted and shows that there will be growth based on the news. But sometimes, it sees that the news will cause the chart to rise. And then, literally in the same second, another piece of news comes out, maybe a minute apart, not exactly at the same time, that shows something else. A drop. I've got a profit here, guys. How about you? The news might show a drop and that could throw things off, but that happens very rarely. Usually it's a profit. All right, I'm waiting for your result, Ivan. Profit. Excellent. I'm waiting for your result. I hope you all got in, guys, because that was a nice little profit. We got it. Yes, great, Victor profit, Alexandra profit, they got profit. Excellent, guys. So if you look at the math, if we look, we had a $100 trade and a $250 trade that didn't go through. So that's $350 in losses. But because we took out insurance, we ended up with $550. So we're $200 in profit, which is very good. So this is the trading system I use. Some people don't use it. They trade without insurance. Some just trade without the 2 times or 5 times multipliers. And I multiply the initial trade amount. This really helps in a highly volatile market. So to take profit and beat this volatile market, set the time and currency. You can set the time. Let me show you. Here we have the time online, so you can compare it to Moscow time, see what your delay is. You can open your browser right now and check the current online time, or you can just check your own clock. So you can compare how much delay there is in our broadcast. The delay. As for the currency pair, let me show you like this. Well, basically, I always show it this way before opening a trade, opening a forecast for the currency pair. Right now, I'm looking for a new currency pair. If you have one in mind, please write it in the chat. We'll work on it together. The currency pair is US dollar, Canadian dollar. I'll show it to you again now. USD CAD, time frame 1 minute. This is the currency pair. So what's our action algorithm? First, I found a currency pair on the broker, on the exchange, where I understand that it's possible to open a trade on this pair. The percentage is good and there are no strong impulses. The currency pair is US dollar, Canadian dollar, USD CAD. Open it on your end. And now I'm looking at the forecast. The future movement of the chart is downward. But the second indicator shows an upward signal. I don't use such a currency pair, I don't work with it. The main thing is that both indicators should point in the same direction, either both down or both up. Let's look for something else. Here's a moment with euro dollar. We've already worked with it. It was quite volatile there. All right, let me take another look. I'll open the next currency pair we have here. Euro dollar, the euro versus the US dollar, and euro dollar. Here in Kyrgyzstan, it's 14.19, so let's see, AUD CAD. Let's check AUD CAD and let's look at euro dollar since we didn't go through it. Euro dollar is also down, but here it's up. Let's take a look. AUD CAD, AUD CAD currency pair, Australian dollar, Canadian dollar, time frame M1. Thank you very much for writing the currency pair. Here it is, the currency pair, Australian dollar, Canadian dollar. Let me check with the broker to see if we haven't worked with it today. AUD CAD. AUD CAD. Yes, that's the currency pair. Opening the signal, let's see. We have a signal, it's up, guys. I'm checking if we can go up. Yes, we enter up on AUD CAD for 3 minutes. Up, guys, I entered AUD CAD for 3 minutes. Up. Entered AUD CAD for 3 minutes. Up. Who gave this forecast? The road to me? Bear, thank you so much for that weather forecast. Now let's take a closer look at the details. I did. There, I opened an upward position on the currency pair Australian dollar, Canadian dollar for 3 minutes, opened up on Australian dollar, Canadian dollar for 3 minutes, opened up. Now I'll show you why I opened up. First, we switched to the bot and opened this currency pair on the bot. The bot gave us a chart with a forecast showing whether the graph will rise or fall. The future movement of the chart shows that there will be growth, that is, the first indicator points to an increase. The second indicator, 57%, also points to an increase.